Peace. Thompson this one. I just want to make this video just addressing basically Moorish world. I don't know if you've ever seen Moorish world, but Moorish world has a brother named TAHAKA on it from Baltimore, and he be always highlighting pretty much the same Moors. You know, I noticed a couple of times he had Duke of Tears on there one time, as well as Lord Abba, but out of that, Duke of Tears is probably the only one that do not think like any of the Moors that he has up there. So now look, my problem is this. My problem is when I seen the attorney, I think her name is Ikesha Shabazz, or Ikesha Shabazz or something like that. I think you people know what I'm talking about. When he had her up there, right? And what he was doing was he was asking an attorney about Moors that come into the court, like trying to slander the Moors. So, you know, these niggas, I'm sorry, I ain't even call them niggas, sorry about that. These Moors, or I don't want to call them dirty Moors, I want to call them misguided Moors. Misguided Moors. The whole Moorish panel that be up there with TAHAKA Bay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them Moors seem like they scared to death to like drive without a commercial or without a fucking driver license or whatever. Like they get straight scared. They not for the people. And these Moors right there is just like people who just practice their religion. You got real Moors out here who really stand on their square. They run around here joining forces with Sarnetta saying paperwork and going to court and putting all that information through is not working in the legal system. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm a Bay, okay? And I always fight. I fight everything. I fight every ticket I got, I done fought from what I learned from what I learned from Taj Tariq Bey, Eileen Bey, as well as the Duke of Tears. And I have other brothers who I listen to as well. You know, I listen to Jonah Bey, as well as what's my brother name? I can't think of his name right now. It's my brother though. Yusef L. And I also listen to Ali Muhammad. But like what I don't like about TAHAKA Bay is they slander Taj Tariq name. Now I've been dealing with Taj Tariq Bay since I've been a Moor, since I've been studying Moorish science for like the last 6-7 years, right? Now what I notice is this, right? Taj Tariq Bey, he deal with the civics side of Moorish science, okay? And also he deal with the history. He also deal with history. Now, none of these Moors up there, they never had, all they be talking about is a bunch of gibberish. And I ain't going to front like they really not interested because people want to learn how to get the fuck out the system. And there is legalese and documents to get you out of the system, whether people want to believe, oh, a status correction. Correcting your status is saying that I'm not black, Negro, or African American. I am a fucking Moorish American. That's correcting your status. And you motherfuckers always like going in like on Taj Tariq Bey or he selling people. He ain't selling people nothing. He not selling people nothing. He trying to help people get their nationality back, which you Moors ain't doing. You Moors ain't doing nothing but slandering other Moors. You got Lord Abba up there talking about something. Oh, you don't have a right to travel. Listen, I got more than 40 different court cases in which document you have a right to travel according to court cases in which the Supreme Court has ruled. Now look, if you know anything, a municipal court is the lowest court there is. The highest court of the land is a Supreme Court. Okay, the Supreme Court, anytime a lawyer use anything to get his to get his what's the name off, his client off, he go find a Supreme Court ruling with a similar matter. So you know how many Supreme Court rulings where they say you have a right to travel? They got Supreme Court rulings where they say an automobile is not the same thing as a motor vehicle, meaning a motor vehicle is something that basically is a commercial vehicle that you're using for commerce. Or automobile is your private shit. So all that what they telling you don't need no well, what's the shit called I'm sorry. The Department of Transportation, the DOT, has said you do not gotta get no registration through no government entity. So a lot of this stuff is true as hell. But the problem is, a lot of you people are scared of the police. You scared of when the police run up on you and the police start questioning you. Y'all freeze up. If you run your shit correctly and you put everybody on notice, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. If you don't have a driver license and you're going to be traveling outside, if you're going to be traveling in certain cities, you put the sheriff department on notice, you put the county on notice, and you put the regular police office on notice. Only thing you got to do is fax it to them and put them on notice. And that's it. And when you put them on notice, they gotta rebut it because it's gonna be an affidavit. And if they don't rebut it, when their officer, when one of their law enforcement or how do we call it, policy enforcers, when one of their policy enforcers stop you, then what you do is you just refer and tell them to call your superiors. And listen, I'm telling you like this. Most of the time when they call a chief or they call a captain or whoever you ask for, most of the time when the captain and the chief come, they do not act like the regular officer and they do let you go without nothing. I have done it. I haven't had, listen, I've been doing this shit for, like I said, at least 6 years. I mean, well, I'm going to say a little longer than 6. I'm going to say at least since 2009. I've been doing this and it works. So all that shit, what TAHAKA Bay and the rest of the Moors that be on the plane, you need to get some real Moors up there. You need to try to get Tariq Bay up there instead of always slandering them. You got nothing for the people. Black people are the only people who can do the stuff that Tariq Bay, because according to the Dred Scott case of 1854, we are not considered United States citizens. So if you're not considered a United States citizen and everybody else that come to the country is a United States citizen, you're not the same as them. So therefore you outside of their jurisdiction, because the only reason you is inside their jurisdiction is because you accept their paperwork. Once you deny that paperwork, then you will be outside their jurisdiction. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. So number one, yes, status correction do work, because you're correcting your status from saying you're African American, Negro, or black, and I'm not property of the United States. I'm a Moorish American, and that's basically you part of a nationality. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do the Moorish American, you do the Untauntonist American or the Aborigine American, or you try to claim on one of these tribes, but a lot of these tribes don't honor you. So that's why if people not going join the Moors or at least say a Moorish American, then we need to get a new status of being an Aborigine or Untaunton. At least that's something we can agree on, as well as calling ourselves African American or whatever. But yeah, man, I just wanted to make this little quick rant on TAHAKA Bay and them. Like I said, I don't have no problems with the Moors. I'm not gonna call them dirty Moors, but I'm gonna call them misguided Moors, because like I said, a lot of this stuff dealing with court case laws, that shit works. I seen people reverse murder charges from fucking case laws, from Supreme Court rulings. So you can't tell me for a fucking traffic ticket it won't work. So y'all niggas need to really study civics or whatever. I don't know what kind of civics y'all study, but you need to learn it a little bit more. And you need to get with some of these Moors who y'all always trying to shit on and always trying, because like, listen, like Noble Drew Ali said, after he passed or whatever, he said everything, all this shit's supposed to be word of mouth. So you guys are in these temples or whatever, that shit, like, man, listen, all them agents in the temple and all these untrustworthy, dirty Moors in the temple. So, look, man, that's all I got, man.